Alright, hi everyone. I am going to make a quick video about just teaching some basic Japanese phrases and whatnot, only because I think there are just a ton of things in Japanese that are already so advanced that it's just really important to at least know the basics. If you're interested in traveling to Japan, if you at least know how to say things in a grammatical form in these, basic structural like concepts and everything, I think you'll be fine. I am going to be kind of following the structure of the Genki 1 workbook, and but I do want to let you know that even if it's based on the workbook, it's really not the same as taking a class in person with somebody. So just a warning. Um, so first of all, in Japanese, the alphabet is a little bit different because everything is made up of moras. So every single sound is kind of like either just a vowel or it's a consonant and one vowel. So basically, if I were to go over those, I'm just going to briefly go over them, and sorry that I don't have any visuals for this right now, but um, it, if you learn them somewhere else, I'm sure that you would appreciate it more once you see it or hear it again. But first, you have a I U E O, kaki kuke ko, sa shi su se so, ta chi tsu te to, nani nune no, ha hi fu he ho, ma mi mu me mo, ya yu yo, la ri ru re ro, wa wo, and finally one more mora And if you know those, then you'll be fine. You have to learn how to write them because there is hiragana and katakana for those. But once you learn how to write those, you'll be fine. And then some basic greetings that are really important, okay? If you want to say good morning to someone, you say ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. If you want to say hello to someone, you just say konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. If you want to say good evening to someone, you say konbanwa. Konbanwa. If you want to say good night to someone, you say oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi nasai. If you want to say excuse me to someone, you'd say sumimasen. Sumimasen. Before you eat, usually the polite thing to do would be to say itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. And after eating, you can say gochiso sama deshita. Gochiso sama deshita. And there are a couple of other things that you can say, like, for example, thank you, which is arigato, arigato, and you're welcome, which is do itashimashite, do itashimashite. And if you want to learn the basic numbers, you have ichi, ni, san, yon or shi, go, roku, nana, hachi, kyu, and ju. All right, so those are the basic numbers. And this one is probably one of the most important things for learning basic Japanese, that if you learn this, it's really kind of like the basis for all of the other sentences in Japanese, because first of all, Japanese is an SOV language. And what does that mean? It means that the verb is always going to be at the end of the sentence. This particular structure that I'm about to show you is this classic SOV grammar. It's basically X, Y, Y, desu. Des, okay? X is Y. The des is actually the is. So at the end of a sentence, that's where the verb is always going to be. So usually these verbs are going to end in some kind of form like imas or des, or something that ends in a mas or des kind of sound, especially if it's like a polite form. And there are other forms that you can hear that might be different, like maybe kudasai or things like that. But generally, if you hear something ending in mas or des, it's usually the end of a sentence. So what am I saying by saying that x wa y des is the basic grammar form? So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but if you know that one thing is another thing, you're basically just saying this is that. So if I just take a word and I say cat like neko, and I just want to say red, which is aka, and hopefully it's not because of blood or something, but neko wa aka desu. I'm saying that the cat is red. Or if I want to say fish is blue, oh, I'm sorry, you don't want to say aka because you want to use it as an adjective. So akai desu. So neko wa akai desu. And then if you want to say that the fish is blue, you would say sakana wa aoi desu. Ao or ao is blue, but aoi is blue color. So sakana wa aoi desu. Those are just two examples about how to use that. And then I do want to mention this particle no, which is, to me, it's almost really similar to the Filipino particle nang, which is also a possessive particle. When you use no, you're trying to say that something belongs to something. So watashi no, for example, watashi means me, but if I say watashi no, I'm actually saying my. And neko means cat, so if I say watashi no neko, I'm actually saying my cat. Anata means you, so if I say anata no sakana, your fish, then I'm saying that it's your fish. But I had to add the no. I cannot say anata sakana because that doesn't make any sense. So I have to add the no in order for it to become grammatically correct. I mean, I think, at least. So that's those are just a couple of things that I wanted to mention about Japanese. If you are interested in learning more Japanese, I recommend going on either italki to find a tutor there. I will add a link for italki below so that you can find Japanese tutors there. And I also do recommend the Genki book. This is the Genki workbook and the Genki 1 book. I recommend both of these if you'd like to start learning Japanese, maybe on your own. Feel free to buy them. I think that for yen, this one is 1,700 yen, but I had to pay a little bit more than that for shipping and handling because it came to the United States. But other than that, because 1,700 yen is roughly $17. So other than that, if you are interested in getting more knowledge in the Japanese language, feel free to get these books. Feel free to get some tutoring help on italki. But other than that, I hope to see you all soon, and thank you for watching this video. Arigatou gozaimashita. Maraming salamat po. Bye. Ciao.